Now it's live.
Yes, sir.
We bailed ourselves for technical difficulties, but it don't matter. We're here. You're here. And this is the Academy Sports Show live right here, coming from you from whatever mode you're watching, whether it's our YouTube, whether you're with the Bills Mafia report, or whether you're on Joe's Facebook. We appreciate you as always. Yes, we are back together. Yes, this is the pre-COVID setup, kind of.
This is back to our roots.
And we are live back in full effect on a Thursday at 7:30. We told you to make sure you follow us on our modes of social media, that being YouTube, that being Instagram. Follow us and subscribe on YouTube. But most importantly, when you get to that YouTube, it's a little button that's look like a bell. We want you to trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live, because I got my notification. Did you get your notification? And if you didn't, you have to hit that bell. You got to trigger it. That way, just in case we audible to a Friday or we audible to 8:30, you know we went live. So once again, we appreciate you joining us live on the Academy Sports Show. And we got a nice show set up for you guys. We appreciate you as always. And to break down everything that we're going to do today, it is the man, the myth, the legend himself. See, I still got to figure. Okay, there we go. Joe.
What up, though? What's good, everybody, man? Thanks for joining the show. As you heard, we old school tonight, y'all. This is how we used to do it. We used to get together in a room. We used to have a green screen behind us. We have some microphones pointing in our face. But today, technology has advanced a little bit, and all we have to do is just talk and sit in front of the camera. So we're going to keep on doing it live tonight, man. Welcome to the show. We appreciate everybody joining us, as always. Hey, man, big weekend coming up. A lot to talk about. Listen, we got to come back in and thank God and thank everybody in the prayers, man, because DeMar Hamlin is home. So we're going to touch on that a little bit as we get into Wild Card Weekend. Big weekend coming up. It's Wild Card Weekend. The Kansas City Chiefs are the number one seed. The Philadelphia Eagles are the number one seed. They are off, but everybody else is in play. A lot to talk about this weekend. Also, college football playoff. Yeah, I got a text that said, you know, this is Michigan's fault, right? Because it was bad. It was bad. The Bulldogs repeat, and they did it in a way that's just disrespectful. And we're going to recap that game. Talk about it a little bit. Plus, man, listen. We love sports. We know you love sports. Look at Mafia Sports in the building. I know y'all getting ready for a big weekend up there in Buffalo. I really hope DeMar Hamlin comes out of the tunnel this weekend. That would be dope. But anyway, like I was saying, we love sports. You love sports. So as always, we have our tribute for the week. We're up 1-0. So we'll see how y'all do today. You better hope some people get into the feed. I see people coming into the feed. So you better hope some people get in there so you can try to even out the scoreboard. Y'all don't want us to get a lead on you, because if you get a lead on, we get a lead on you, we're not going to let you back in. So you better make sure you're good to go. So we got a lot to get into, man. NBA is kicking. Sports is kicking, as always. But the biggest stories right now, man, is NFL Wildcard Weekend. We're going to get into it. And, of course, we got to talk college football playoff. And we got to give Dre
forward, down, up, field. It is the team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver reign,
we have to give him his moment. Rock, rock, rock. He predicted it. He called it. So we got to talk about it. We got to let the man have his moment. I already got text messages saying, you gotta listen to this man. So I'm going to listen to him.
Down the field again. A Lions victory in your house. A Lions victory. It's Packers suck.
Yeah. So that and much, much more tonight on the Academy Sports Show.
Best sports show. Damn, period.
Man, y'all better say something. We see y'all coming into the room. Say hello. Shout us out. Let us know you're there so we can shout you out.
So once again, make sure you follow us on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the such. Trigger the bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live. And also make sure you check out Bill's Mafia Sports Report. Make sure you check out their Facebook, Twitter, and their YouTube as well. We are in partnership with them, so we are live streaming, simulcasting on their page as well.
Ooh, we fancy.
We fancy, huh?
We
fancy, huh? So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, everything them as well. Make sure you comment on their page as well. Everything that we are simulcast on, all the comments show up on the page. So be a part of the show and make sure you comment live. Just say what's up. Let us know you're here. And we just gonna go ahead and get into it, because if y'all don't comment on this trivia question, I got all day to answer. So I'm just gonna say that. So here we go.
All right.
And nothing fancy today. We ain't got no slides. We ain't got nothing. It's just us.
It's just us.
It's just old school podcast throwback us. So get into it.
All right, here we go. Trivia. It's trivia. And listen, this is how we do this.
Okay. Nothing.
Yep. Hands free. No Google. Get your Google fingers off the keyboard. Put your phone down. Sit it up so you can just prop it so you can see the show. But this is how we do trivia night here on the Academy Sports. It's us against you. All right. The way it works is one of us as a host will ask a question. The other host, aka co-host, does not know the answer. They are the ones that are up for trivia.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to answer their answer versus your answer. Now, the way the field works is whoever has the courage to put their answer in the comments first, your answer is the one that speaks for everybody. So you better be right. Last week, somebody spoke up, but you weren't right. And I had to let it off with a 1-0 victory. So as you can see the score on the bottom of the screen, it is 1-0 the host. I'm going to throw the question out there. First answer in the chat belongs to the field. First answer from the host belongs to the host. Dre is up. Are you ready, sir? All right. Some that are listening now are going to like this question. They should anyway. All right, here we go. It's wild
1974.
Neither one of us were born yet. All right. It is wild card weekend. All right. So this question comes from the NFL.
Okay.
It is wild card weekend, and this weekend you have a matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. The Minnesota Vikings this year had double-digit come from behind victories. All right. And they even set a record for the largest comeback in NFL history. Dre, what two teams played in the playoff game that is still known as the largest playoff comeback in history?
You doomed us. You doomed us.
I didn't. This is a giveaway.
Doomed us.
This is a freebie. It's wild card weekend.
Say it again. Say it again.
All right. Think about the teams that are playing. This is in line with everything that's going on.
Say it again.
The Minnesota Vikings.
No Googles.
No Googles. The Minnesota Vikings now own the greatest or the largest comeback in NFL history. And they're playing this weekend, and they had 10 or 11 double-digit comeback victories, or 10 or 11 comeback victories this year. They broke the record.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Who still, however, named the two teams that played in the game that is still the largest playoff comeback victory in NFL history. And it was the largest.
So all of playoffs.
Yes, all of playoffs.
So even the Super Bowl.
Yes. It was the largest in NFL history. It is no longer that because of the Vikings. They came back in a game this year and now own the largest. But this game still remains the largest playoff comeback.
So we talking.
And I need you to name the two teams that were in that game.
We talking Patriots, Falcons? Maybe.
Is that your final answer? I can't maybe you.
That's the only one that comes to mind.
Only one that comes to mind.
Largest comeback. Come on. Fellas, too. Largest playoff. It's easy because you have to answer in your mind. Largest
playoff comeback.
I don't know, bro. Patriots, Falcons.
You want Patriots, Falcons?
Patriots, Falcons.
All right. Patriots, Falcons, final answer.
No. Yeah, Patriots, Falcons, final answer.
Patriots, Falcons, final answer. The score in that game, Super Bowl, was 28-3.
Mm-hmm.
And Brady led the comeback, and they ended up beating the Patriots. Yeah, beating the Falcons. Yes?
Right. In overtime.
All right, in overtime. All right. Oh. All right, bell's been rung. Answer out of the chat comes from Mafia Sports Report.
What do you say?
In their wheelhouse. Bills versus Oilers.
Man, I ain't never seen an Oiler a day in my life. All I know is Titans.
All right.
Well, y'all thought I was bored to start watching football.
Grizzly Pickles jumped in and said Colts versus Chiefs with a question mark. So you might, maybe. The correct answer, you said Falcons Patriots. The correct answer, sir. And I figured you would get this because it's wild card weekend. All they've been talking about is DeMar Hamlin, Buffalo, and just the miracle. So it's in the spirit of still that.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is Bills Oilers.
I ain't seen an Oiler.
You know what city the Oilers played out of, right?
It's Houston?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're the Titans, right?
Now they are the Tennessee Titans. Right. Correct.
I ain't seen the Oiler, brother.
Warren Moon.
I have not seen an Oiler a day in my life. I want you to know that.
So clearly we are best friends.
Steve McNair's first season was the Oiler, right?
Oiler, yes.
Then he went to the Titans.
Yes.
Then they converted to the Titans.
Correct.
Okay.
No. They moved and they became the Titans.
Okay.
And then the Houston Texans became.
Yeah, I was there when that happened. I remember that. David Carr, all that. Yeah, I remember that. Expansion.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just found out.
I ain't never seen an Oiler.
You just found out there's an age difference between the two of us. I actually watched this game.
You like, you know it. I ain't never seen the Oiler a day in my life. I ain't seen the Oiler game. I don't know what the jersey look like. I ain't never seen the Oiler.
So we've updated the scoreboard.
You doomed us.
As you can see, we have updated the scoreboard.
Doomed is what I
said. We've updated the scoreboard.
This is the Oilers?
And
I've never seen this scoreline a day in my life. What year were they disbanded? Let's see.
Oh, wait. How do I do this? Just gonna...
When did
all right? This
1999. The team relocated from Houston to Tennessee in 1997. Played as the Tennessee Oilers for 2 years, and then changed the name to the Titans in 1999. Yeah, nah, brother.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mafia Sports Report, you are correct, sir. He said that was too easy, man. But yes, the Bills were down 35-3 at halftime.
I was 10. I was 10 in 1999.
Now, so what makes this game? How you were 10?
I was 10. I was watching Pokemon, bro.
In 99?
I was born in 89, bro.
Okay, this game didn't happen then. This is not when this happened. Let's just first of all, I'm about to say, hold on. I'm not that old. Oh, so we're not gonna be disrespectful. let's
you talk about a game that happened when I was in single digits. I was AJ's age. You gonna remember the Oilers?
This I don't appreciate this. Okay, so
1993.
This game took place on January 3rd, 1993. How old were you?
I was 6. Well, if it was January, I was 5 because I didn't turn 6 until June. I was 5 when this game happened.
I was 13. All right. So clearly, this historical question was directed at the wrong person. But yes, Bills were down 35-3 at halftime. Backup quarterback, former coach of the Indianapolis Colts, Frank Wright leads the Buffalo Bills to a 41-38 overtime victory over the Oilers in the AFC wildcard playoff game.
Nice.
So, Mafia Sports Report, you better have gotten this right. As you can see,
you catering to the crowd.
I wasn't catering.
It to the crowd.
It fit the weekend.
Oh man,
it fit the weekend. I thought you were going to easily come through with that.
Yeah. Let me tell you what I was watching. I was 5. I don't even know. Mr. Dress Up.
Do you remember Warren Moon, the quarterback?
I know of Warren Moon, the quarterback.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move. Let's get into the show.
Have I ever watched him play live?
No. All right. Well, it's 1-1. We'll talk. Next trivia question next week might be vengeful. He might just come back with a question that's dang near impossible for me next week.
Oh no, man!
We'll see. I thought you would catch because that's all they've been talking about.
I ain't been watching. I work 60 hours a week, but I don't watch TV no more. I don't have the luxury.
That's fair.
I don't have the luxury to watch TV.
That's fair.
I thought you was gonna do me a favor. Nah, you picked someone that was 5. Give me trivia when I was 5 years old. Tell me about this game when you was 5.
Oh man.
All right, that's trivia. So if y'all got a trivia question, send it to us. Whoever you know individually, right, left. That is so funny.
Wow.
I'll be back. Oh man!
Wow! All right. So the benefit of doing live podcasting at home when your dog runs in on the set. Great.
Oh, you busted like Kramer,
right?
All right. So that's know what to meme this week since I don't have my computer and I didn't have time to scour the internet. So let's just jump straight right into it. There was a Damar Hamlin update.
Yes, sir. So Damar Hamlin discharged from the Buffalo hospital. So he was moved from Cincinnati back to Buffalo, and he is now home.
Nice.
And this is awesome. So 9 days in 2 hospitals. He's discharged from Buffalo General. They announced Wednesday he's back at home in Buffalo with his family. He did go through some medical evaluations and a series of cardiac and neurological and vascular testing.
Nice.
And they're saying that his recovery has just been great. They are safe to discharge him. He continues rehabilitation at home. They're going to leave it up to him on when he can return, when he wants to return to the team facility. Of course, his health and everything is first and foremost. But to be honest with you, I hope he comes walking out of the tunnel on Sunday.
Now, did I miss anything? Did they say what triggered all of this?
I have not heard. If anybody in the chat has heard, feel free to point it out, but I have not heard
why that moment, why that time.
I've not heard about like what happened and what triggered. There's been all those theories about all of a sudden like his heart was beating at a certain time that he got hit in the pulse, and there's all these theories out there, but I haven't really heard anything official.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So they do think it was a heart thing, possibly.
Yeah, possibly a heart thing, but they're checking.
Breathing for so long, then it became a brain thing.
It becomes a brain thing once you have no oxygen to the brain.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, listen, prayer works.
Absolutely. This would have been one of those, had something bad happened to this guy, we could have all looked up to the heavens and said, really, God? Like the whole world's praying for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't have him make it through. Like, come on, 2023, let's get it together.
Yeah. Good update. That's a good update. Yeah, I mean, if he's physically able, because he was live tweeting during the game, week 18, you know, so
that was actually classic.
Yeah.
On the run back, he goes, "Oh, what's it?
OFFG." Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into a nice recap. Let's first put a bow on the college football season. It was a very up and down season. As Michigan fans, it was undefeated. We had a nice season. Our quarterback came out, had a great season. Blake Corum had a Heisman Trophy candidate season before he went down. The defense played well. We had great bright spots. We had times for opportunities versus lesser opponents, but it ended up with us losing in the first round of the playoffs, and then it also culminated in a championship that saw Georgia versus TCU. And They are who we said they are.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And Georgia did their thing. And this is where I play my clip when I say, and at halftime, TCU is going to be in the locker room like, so what do we do now?
Ooh, it was ugly.
It was ugly. It was nasty. And they wanted to prove a point with Nick Saban in the building. They wanted to prove a point. And them dogs did some dog things to them Horned Frogs. So does that make them the overall favorite going into next year? Does that make them, trending towards a dynasty? Does that make them the team to beat for years to come? I'm gonna let my brother, the college football analyst, take those questions on, because to me, the casual fan, it looks to me as if them dogs is here to stay for a while, and Alabama is not going with the current tide that is the roller coaster of the NCAA right now. So, how do you feel, my brother, about the landscape of college football moving forward, and who do you see as a contender moving forward?
Well,
What's up,
Stu, what up, though? Hey, really what this boils down to is consistency, right? So Alabama is every year. And when they lose, we get excited because it's like, finally, we're not going to see them in the playoffs this year. And I think when you reach that level, that's when you become dynasty style. But they've also won more than two. However, congratulations to Georgia for back-to-back, which hasn't been done in a long time as well. I think the biggest thing here is they're trending towards dynasty. Let's not poke that Alabama bear. This was a down year. They've had two, I would say arguably they've had two consistent down years in a sense. Because
2 lost seasons.
Yeah, they've had 2 lost seasons, and they've had weaknesses on their teams that usually their talent just covers up, or their talent recovers well, and they're able to win some of those games. They've lost a game where they should have won, and then they've gotten beat by somebody, it seems like, every year. So Georgia has definitely stepped up as the other team in the SEC. You could definitely look for them to be around for a long time, and they're going to be the favorite. I mean, they have to be. 2 years in a row. Going into next year, they are the favorite to win it again. Is it Stetson Bennett? I don't know. Like, the dude's 28 years old.
Yeah, there's
Is he just like an average guy with a lot of weapons around him?
There's that.
Because I feel like he's going to be the next Chase Daniel in the NFL. Yes, Stu is correct. Recruiting and transfer portal it's actually, if you're saying that for the reason I think you are, Stu, it's balancing it's balancing the field of play. Parity. Right?
Yeah.
It's bringing about parity in college football. Don't forget, we're moving to a 12-team playoff.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting.
Going into next season?
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's either next season or the season after. It might be next season.
Okay.
So we're headed that direction. Georgia's the favorite. The usual suspects expect them to be around. The Georgias, unfortunately, the Ohio States. Clemson's going to be on the rise again. Expect Notre Dame to be back with getting the big transfer, pick up a quarterback from Wake Forest.
Maybe we get some Pac-10 and some Big 12 guys in there now.
There you go. You got that. You look out for USC. Look out for UCLA. The kid from Martin Luther King, who's the top quarterback in the country, from here locally, going out to UCLA and committing to the Chip Kelly offense. That's going to be huge. He just went nuts in the All-American game. So people are going to be expecting a lot out of that program. Oregon's back. So it's going to be interesting. Michigan's back in it now. You can now say that Michigan's back to being a perennial national championship contender. They're back to being able to compete. Last year, you beat up on Ohio State, and you go, all right, first time in a long time. Was this just a – but then you come back this year, and you do it again. And you do it in Columbus. And so now the heat is pointing that way. Now, if things don't get right in Columbus, you can see a coaching change next year, because in this rivalry, that's how you lose your job. If you cannot beat Ohio State or you cannot beat Michigan, you will lose your job. And Harbaugh was almost out, and he has now won 2 in a row. So now the ball is in your court down there in Columbus. So we'll see how that goes. So going into it, you're looking at a lot of big-time teams. The landscape is going to be very competitive. I like the expansion of the playoff because it gives a lot more teams a chance. And I would say let's lay off the Alabama talk a little bit like they did the Warriors in the NBA, and then all of a sudden they showed up last season. It was like we tried to tell y'all.
Yeah.
So,
well, the only reason I bring up the Alabama thing is because it is a shift right now in college sports, right? You kind of say it, you pay to play kind of in this situation.
Yeah.
The student athlete now is a businessman. So what puts me in a better situation for myself, to make money now while I'm in college. And Nick Saban is old school. It's not about self. It's about team. It's about program. It's about what you can bring to Alabama. So, and not necessarily what Alabama can give you financially moving forward. So if he's still in this old school kind of recruiting way, or if he doesn't dip his toe in the transfer portal for these kids that are looking for a little extra something on the top, then they're going to go over to my man at Georgia, who looks to be a step ahead in the trends, or these other SEC teams, or these West Coast teams that look to be a step ahead in these trends, these TikTok trends, these let's make money, Carl's Jr., all this kind of stuff, all this money that's out here to be made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Nick Saban is worried about what can you bring to us? Is he behind the curveball? And do you see him changing? The best thing about Nick Saban that they've been saying about him for the last decade is he's been able to adapt to the times and adapt to the recruiting. But this situation doesn't seem as easy to adapt to him as it has been in the past.
I would have to say I see him changing. Here's why. His ego is not going to let him get beat. Mm-hmm. Did you see his face when my man – the clip was viral this week where my man on ESPN was like, Georgia's here to stay, and Georgia he had that look on his face like, I know you ain't.
He a bulldog. That's what he said.
So I think it was Pollock, right?
Yep.
So, I think Alabama adjusts.
Hello, Dr. Smile.
Right. Yes. So I think he's going to adjust. And the reason I think he's going to adjust, to be honest with you, is not only because his pride is not going to let him, it's just going to be too much. He's going to want to keep up. I think the other piece is he's losing people to the portal now. Mm-hmm. Because now you got all these talented kids that are going to Alabama because they wanted to be the next guy at Alabama. Mm-hmm. And
they don't want to wait.
They don't want to wait. And now they're like, I can jump in and play next year by going here and then make it happen. So because he's going to lose guys, which they've already lost they lost a 5-star already. They've lost a couple guys in the portal. I think he's going to adjust and begin to take people in the portal. But it may be after maybe a year of, we're going to show him that we're still Alabama. Mm-hmm. And then maybe he decides to move. But I think something's going to happen.
Yeah. I think the Alabama way is normally running the ball in defense. Those have been their staples for a long time. And then they tried to go Heisman quarterback this year, and it didn't really sit well, putting everything on his shoulders. So if they go back to that formula of getting those great college running backs and going back to that, I think they should be fine. But I think you're right with the whole, I can – as long as I'm here in Alabama, I'm good. I'll wait my year. I'll wait my 2 years. I'll wait my 3 years. And then I'll have my 1 year to show you what I got.
Yeah.
And I don't think guys are willing to do that anymore in this climate. So it's play now or I'm out.
Yep.
So I don't know if Alabama can be able to sustain what they've been able to do when it's all these options now. Before it was like, I know I can win. Hey, I could be a 2-time champion in Alabama and ride the pine. And then you try to get my ring, that's a legit one for me when it's my turn. Or I can just go shine at Oregon real fast and just be the starter, get my numbers and get up out of here. So it's going to be really interesting to see which way Alabama goes.
Yeah, you're right, Stu. Bryce Young doing the Dr. Pepper commercial was the tip of the NIL iceberg for Bama. P, what up, man? Are those two tight ends for Georgia? Are they draft eligible? I'm not sure, man. That's a very good question about Georgia's roster. We could check that real quick while we're talking. They are part of that.
Hey, Peter, got your or tell us what to call you because now we're conditioned. to Produced by
Petey.
And now you eat junk. So we're done with disrespectful. So let me know what to be calling you. But I got your email, man. It was funny. I appreciate the clip. Mission just couldn't do it, brother. He sent a clip where it's like a Family Guy, and it was like Peter Griffin was Alabama, and he had like a dead frog in the box, and the frog fell out the box. He just kept trying to pick it up, and it just kept dying. Family Guy got them long, excruciating clips. Just the awkwardness for longer than what it's got to be. It was one of those.
He said Petey's cool.
Cool.
And we can get that clip for you. We're doing old school tonight, Petey. We as you can see, we're sitting right next to each other. Brock Bowers, tight end, number 19. He's only a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be back. And then I don't know who the other kid was, but most of
a lot of tight ends.
They got a lot of tight ends. But they are juniors and sophomores. But the big time guy, Brock Bowers, that gets a lot of the touches. The 6'4", 230-pound sophomore from Napa, California.
Jeez.
So yeah, locally, man, Michigan's back next year.
They're
coming back, fully loaded,
trying to do that thing.
Yes, Blake Corum is back, fully loaded on offense. JJ showed that he can slang that thing in the college football semifinal. I like how they fought in the semifinal. So now we know that the offense can be opened up. We know we can throw to win because he put up those 45 was really JJ and the receivers. The running game, I think we still had 100 yards, but it wasn't as impactful as the running game had been all season.
Yeah.
But now we know next year, I would like to see running identity as we always have, but I would like to see us play action more, and I would like to see us take deep shots on first and second down instead of just run. Absolutely.
That's
I would like to
surprising.
see us mix it up a little bit.
I mean, but Blake dominated when he was healthy.
Absolutely.
So you don't want to just run it back and just keep giving him the pill?
I like that, but I feel like the explosive Michigan. Like, I feel like we ball control everybody, and we do beat them up. We bully everybody.
Yeah, with this line and that back.
I would like to open it up a little bit. I would like to see that in some game. All season long, here's what we had to listen to. We had to listen to, can JJ win a game? Can JJ win a game?
Yeah, but now we know that.
But
we know. So do we have to show it?
But this is the thing I wonder, though. Was that there all season?
It's possible.
So why did we
but TCU was proven to be a wet paper bag.
That's true. That is true. So was it the paper bag?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said,
I
want to keep our
identity. Take a step forward, but our identity is.
I want to keep that identity, but I want to see us throw that thing a little bit.
That's true.
We need a number one
center
receiver.
coming back.
Probably not. He was a senior transfer.
Oh, he was senior. Okay.
Yeah. So we need a number one receiver. Congratulations to Andrew Anthony, number one, who transferred from Michigan.
Great one game.
And went to Oklahoma. We wish you the best, man. I don't know.
Oh, that's where you went?
Yeah, you were signed in Oklahoma, so not going to miss you much. But thanks for that one Michigan State game that you performed well in. We appreciate that. All right. But yeah, so that's it. You know, the bow is wrapped. College football season's over with. Okay. I think you got to look at Georgia. Top 5 next year, you got to look at Georgia. You got to look at O State. You got to look at Michigan. And then I think those are your top 3. I think those 3 going in. And then you got to look at, who gets in the 4 and the 5. You're looking at Clemson. You're looking at Alabama.
Well, you got to Oregon and beat somebody down.
Yeah, Oregon, USC. Yeah, you got
USC.
You got a few. So there's some opportunity there for them to get in, and then we'll see how it all pans out again in the fall.
Yeah. I don't see like the old blue bloods coming back next year, like Texas, Oklahoma, Penn State. I don't really see those guys.
No, not yet.
Used to see. I don't think they're getting there quite yet, even not with yet. The expansion part.
Correct.
Yeah, but it was good while it lasted. TCU. It was good while it lasted. Right, guys. Right. All right. Let's move on. We put a ball on college football, so if you got anything last to say about college football, enter it down here in the comment section. If not, we shall move on. And where are we going? We are going forward down the field. to a team that will not yield. And when we go to Lambeau Field, we hate Aaron Rodgers' face. Retire. Take your ass home with Randall Cobb. I'll see you later. Down the field again in Lambeau victory. Winning record. Feels good. It feels good. Yeah. It feels good. It feels good. Yeah. It feels good. Hopefully we'll copyright for this. It feels good. Because I'm in the right pitch. Yeah. It feels good. I knew it'd make you pop on that one. Man, when I tell you, listen, my brother is the most animated person I ever seen watching Michigan game. When I tell you that I channeled my inner Joel when I was watching that Seattle Seahawks game, that was the most stressful game that I've ever watched in my life. The Seahawks and the Rams were the most stressful game I ever watched. And it was Bot City. No stroke yet, bro. No stroke yet. Now listen, they would have won, and we was in the playoffs right now. And just listen, then I will have to put you on my watch so I can share my BPM with everybody. But watching that game, man, I was rooting for them Rams. I mean, running into the punter. Come on, man. Jalen Ramsey getting the call on side, man. They missed the kick at the end, bro. And then you want to become a wet paper bag in overtime? Really? That's what you want to do, Rams? Really? Stafford, you couldn't suit up for one doggone game for your Lions? Really? Y'all got beat by Geno Smith? Really? When the chips are on the line and your head coach is thinking about retire, this is what you put out here? Really? Come on, man. I was so mad. If you thought I hate Baker Mayfield before, I hate him now. If I ever see Baker Mayfield in real life, I'm punching him in the face. Oh, God. I'll punch him straight in the face. He's the worst NFL player I've ever seen. Johnny Manziel, I'm sorry for everything I ever said to you. Because Baker Mayfield is number one of the worst things I ever seen in my life. I hated him when he got drafted. I hate him as a Brown. I hate him as a Panther. I hate him as a Ram, and he's going to be unemployed, and I still going to hate him. I don't ever want to see Baker Mayfield ever because it's on site. I swear to you, it's on site, Baker Mayfield. All you had to do was lead my man. All you had to do was lead him. He was wide the frick open. All you had to do was lead him down the field. What did you do? You short-armed it. Interception to a nigga who used to play for the Lions. Sorry. Of course, former Lion gets the interception to help seal the game. Come on, man. Come on, black ref. When you see DK Metcalf punch my man in the face, you don't throw the flag. You was right there. You seen it. Come on, black ref. When you see Quandre Diggs taunt the sideline after you throw the pick, you don't throw the flag. I seen you see him. We all did. We seen you seen it. And you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. You didn't help or nothing. That game was a travesty, an atrocity, and anything else that I can't think of right now. But I hated watching that game, knowing that my Lions didn't have a chance to go to the playoffs. But I'm happy that they showed up in Lambeau. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them for a winning season. Dan Campbell, I told you last week I was drinking the Kool-Aid. It's drunk. The picture's gone. It was orange flavored. It was delicious. And I look forward to next year. That's all I got.
All right. So you look forward to next year as a Lions fan.
That's funny. I do look forward to next year, man. This is the first time in a long time that I actually look forward to a Lions season. We don't have really big free agents. I mean, Alex Alizoni wouldn't be starting on any other playoff team, but he starts for the Lions. So, of course, they're going to pay him. So I hope they don't pay him nothing crazy.
Of course they're gonna pay him.
Of course they're gonna pay him.
Of course they're gonna pay him.
You know, so I hope they don't pay him nothing crazy to where, you know, next year he making Bobby Wagner money or something like that. It's like, come on, man, just be a solid player. And the same thing with Jamal Williams, man. He had a breakout season. Shout out to that guy. He was the heart and soul, the passion of that offense, damn near the whole team. And if you're playing like a puppy, you're gonna get pissed on or whatever he said in Hard Knocks.
Something he said. It's like the greatest Hard Knocks ever. Something you want to sit on the porch or something.
Yeah.
It's the greatest Hard Knocks ever. You guys went from like Hard Knocks darlings to like finishing the season where everybody's like,
it was a perfect storm. All we needed was a playoff appearance. That's all we needed, just to like put a cherry on it for the outside world. But you know, we get Jamal. You know, that whole Thunder Lightning thing because Swift is soft. So, you know, that there's that thing, right? Swift's on his rookie contract. Does he get paid more than Swift? You know, do you have to pay him like a top 10 running back? Do you put him in the $8-9 million a year range?
Don't you have to pay him though? He broke a record for you guys.
He did break a record, but like
he broke the single season touchdown record held by your greatest player ever.
Here goes his contract. So right now, Jamal Williams is on a 2-year, $6 million contract with a $1.2 million bonus with an average salary around $3 million. So he just finished off that contract. So the average. So here we go. I'm gonna give you these running backs base salaries, and you tell me if Jamal Williams should be earning.
Gotcha.
Christian McCaffrey, $11.8 million.
No.
Ezekiel Elliott, $10.9 million.
No, that's too much.
Nick Chubb, $10.8 million.
He should be paid more.
Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
Okay. Derrick Henry, $10.5 million.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook, $10.4 million.
Yeah, keep on coming down.
Alvin Kamara, $9.4 million.
Coming down.
Joe Mixon, $9.4 million.
Ooh, okay, now we're getting into some questions.
Aaron Jones, $8.1 million.
Aaron Jones is still better.
Leonard Fournette, $6.5 million.
There we are. Now we're in the range. Keep going.
James Conner, $5.7
million. Yeah, this is good.
Austin Eckler, $5.7 million.
There you go. I think you're in a good range right there.
Chase Edmonds, $5.6.
Put him right there. Right there. Chase Edmonds. Who's that? Who's Chase Edmonds? Arizona? Denver Broncos?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that puts him.
There you go.
That puts him between 10, 11, 12. Because 10 is James Conner at 5.7, 9 is Leonard Fournette at 6.5. So that takes him out of the top 10 range of paid running backs.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve.
Do you give him top 10 money?
No.
He gonna walk.
Oh, well.
He gonna walk.
Good for him. Go do another weird interview where a dude literally was like,
oh my God, that was a classic. But we still talk.
We can talk. Like, what? That's fake. And then in his introduction, he's like, like, dude, really?
Oh, man. Listen, they outlook, man. If we lose Jamal, I like Swift. You know what I'm saying? What he say?
Shay said,
man, that interview was classic, bro. I'm doing this for my great-granddad who died. And all he wanted to do is see me play ball. And I play ball. And I love ball, man. I do what I love, man. But I just want to say, don't get it twisted because we some dogs. You understand me? Don't let these tears fool you. You understand me? That's how we get down. And I was like, this is crazy.
Yes. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was.
This dude is crazy.
Grizzly said give him 4 years for $6 million.
4 years.
That's disrespectful. Million. That's less than what he makes now. He's making 4 years, $6 million.
He's making 2 years, $6 million right now.
2 years, $6 million now. So you got to up that number.
So this past season he made
$6 million a year. You saying? Okay.
This year he made 3.7 with a $600,000 signing bonus. So $6 million a year. Ooh, $6 million a year.
Give him $6 million. 4 years.
That's
I agree.
That's right. That's right under James at 10, and no, that's right over James at 10, and right under Leonard at 6.5.
I think you give him 5.5, bless you, 5.5 to $6 million. he broke a record. He now holds a long-standing record. They give him the ball every time they're on 2-yard line, but that's neither here nor there. I say you give him that. Just outside the top 10. That's respectable.
Just outside the top 10.
Just outside the top 10.
But he's gonna try to negotiate for more. He's gonna negotiate.
Stall him out, Debo.
And it's just gonna be. I mean, he unrestricted. He can go. They let him play out his contract. I don't know. Then Jamal had more T's than Denver's whole offense, bro. He did this thing, bro. Once they knew Swift was unreliable, that was around week 5, week 6. Jamal was getting the ball all game.
He was a fantasy blessing.
I mean, he was getting the ball all game, bro. I mean, take it from a guy who drafted DeAndre Swift. He was not getting the ball after his first injury. Jamal was getting the ball. He got the majority of the touches. And like Joe said, he got the majority of the goal lines. And he's a great teammate. He's a great locker room guy. He's a weirdo, but hey, it works. It works. So do they pay him? I won't be mad if they pay him. Just don't give him like $10 million a year. Then it's like, bro, what are you doing? So, because we got a lot of first round picks coming up that need to get paid. Panay need to get paid. Hutch need to get paid. So say that money, because we got a lot of money left over. Don't save it for the guys you necessarily love, because I know they're trying to build off culture and all these other things, Detroit Lion guys. But you got to be smart about it. You definitely have to be smart about it. So the future is bright. I will definitely, when we do draft time, I'll definitely have a draft breakdown of guys that I'm looking forward to seeing once I get all the spots and numbers and where we are with the Rams pick and stuff like that. But I'm going to watch Lions football next year. I'm going to say that now. I'm going to watch Lions football next year. They did me proud. I wish we was in the playoffs.
That makes for our next season of NFL Talk so much more fun because you're going to be emotionally invested.
I am. And I haven't been in such a long time.
Congratulations, I'll say. Congratulations. You knocked my Packers out. My bad man, number 12, might never wear the green and gold again.
Retired his ass.
I don't know about retiring him. But he'll never wear the green and gold. I don't think ever again. But congratulations. No hate, no sarcasm. Congratulations. Yeah. Hutch has a few more years before we have to pay him. By that time, the cap will be much higher.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, Panay, Amon-Ra, we got guys that we want to keep that can be pillars to this team moving forward. Like, we were talking before the season started, like Goff's cap hit goes down extremely low after this year. Do we keep him? Do we move forward? Do you draft a quarterback? Now it's not necessarily a first-round quarterback. Do we get a third-round guy that we can groom behind him and let him do his thing? You know what I'm saying? So there's all these kind of things now, these different scenarios that we can move forward in, because you take a guy, you just give him a little bit of confidence, and now look at Goff. But that was 1 year. I don't trust it at all. So we'll see.
Well, I think if you just continue to be a team that's smart with your money, like you said, you guys are going to be fine. Don't give a quarterback $60 million, because when you give that guy that, then you lose players. So if you guys can keep winning with a team concept, paying the right guys, keeping the right guys around, bringing in the right guys, and I think you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Stu, stop hating. Like, why do y'all hate? See, this is the thing about y'all Lions fans. I was being nice, but now you want to say something. When you get to beat up on the Lions twice a year, you don't make the playoffs. Sir, they were doing more than – he's beating up more on the Lions than just to make the playoffs every year. But y'all just hate so much. Just take your victory, be happy. That man's a bad man. I don't care what color he wear. That man's a bad man. And Grizzly, you're right. Michigan and Packers colors don't mix. But remember, I'm not a Detroit guy. So you won't catch me rooting for the Lions around here. As a matter of fact, I have a Lions blanket here that I have yet to lay under. It's for guests only who are from the local city. How do you feel about the Lions taking the quarterback from UCLA in the 3rd or 4th round?
Not familiar.
DTR.
Not familiar. Tell me about him.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I mean, they had the UCLA. Go back and watch the highlights of the UCLA USC game. They went nuts on each other. Like, it was just one of those. So uber talented, It's got all the specs, got the arm, good athletic guy, can run.
Gotcha.
Definitely somebody who, I mean, great player, and that's a good round to pick him in, third or fourth round. So I think that would be.
Yeah, if we get a quarterback, it's definitely got to be a third or fourth round guy. Like you definitely don't want to waste a high pick on a guy who you think might sit another year.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson, DTR.
Yeah. 6'1", that's it.
Yeah. 3,100 yards, 27 TDs, 10 picks.
Those are impressive numbers.
He's a gamer.
Oh, okay.
Brady or Rodgers, who are you taking? Oh, come on. I have to be respectful to the GOAT, man. I'm taking Brady. But Brady or Rodgers, when they were draft picks, you weren't taking Brady. Stop it. Like, if Brady and Rodgers was in the same draft, who would have got drafted first? Rodgers. Rodgers had a better – Rodgers, coming out of college, was highly rated. The story is he got dropped, right? Brady going in the 6th round is not a story if he doesn't win 6 Super Bowls. 7. I'm sorry, is it 7 now? So don't do that, Stu. Don't do that.
Yeah. If only Rodgers could galvanize a team like Brady does. But
okay, let's move on. You guys have done enough tonight. You had your moment.
Down the field again. Lions victory. Thank you, Lions, for the end of a good season.
Aaron Rodgers. Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, Stu. Aaron Rodgers.
They both got 1 ring.
Aaron Rodgers. Now you're talking. Now you're speaking my language.
Okay. All right. So we put a bow on the Lions talk, man. I appreciate them this season. We'll see what we have to look forward to during draft time. But let's talk playoffs. Let's talk predictions. Let's talk wild card weekend. It is the most wonderful time of year if you're an NFL fan. The NFL playoffs start after a long, grueling 18-week season. We do have the NFL playoffs to look forward to. I believe the NFC number 1 seed is the Philadelphia Eagles, and I believe the AFC number 1 seed is the Kansas City Chiefs. So they are off this week, but we have some great matchups this week, starting with Saturday, January 14th. It is the Seattle Seahawks who just, I find it ironic that the Seahawks won and they needed the Lions to win, who they just knocked out so they can get in the playoffs.
Correct.
Find that ironic. But you know what? It's better than the Packers. Wow. So we got Seattle at San Francisco. San Francisco's rolling now. This is another one team that got hot towards the end of the season. They back to their same old tricks, and they got Christian McCaffrey versus the darling, I guess, that is the Seattle Seahawks.
Geno Smith and everybody else.
Yeah. So they got rid of, is my man in here? They got rid of Russ. He over there in Denver. Let's ride. Let's ride.
69 Mega just dominating our chat today.
Let's ride.
Hey, Mama.
And let's ride. So, who you got? San Francisco, home against Seattle. Upset alert?
Not even, man. This is actually an ugly matchup. Like, why did y'all have to win last week? Y'all ruined it. Just like us not beating TCU ruined it.
Hey, first of all, you don't want Aaron Rodgers in San Francisco because he gets destroyed every time.
I actually wanted to see this year, could Aaron Rodgers and the Packers be the 49ers of last year with what's his name?
Every time they go to San Francisco, they get destroyed.
Except for that game he won with no receivers, remember? So maybe this was the year. But I think it would have been better than what this is going to be.
Oh, yeah, I'm not watching this.
Stu said this is going to be the nap game, and Petey said San Francisco by 17.
Yeah, I'm not watching
I'm not watching this game.
I'm not watching this game.
This is definitely a blowout. I got San Francisco by 3 touchdowns.
Ooh. Can San Francisco score 3 touchdowns?
They might not be able to, but Seattle can't either.
You trust Brock Purdy?
I trust the San Francisco defense.
Okay. Yeah, I got San Francisco winning. Maybe by 2 touchdowns.
21? You don't think they can get 21? Then maybe Petey's right, 17.
Yeah.
They get a field goal and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That 3rd touchdown was doing it a lot. two touchdowns and a field goal.
Okay. All right.
Definitely don't see if you like my man who betted on TCU, bet $2 million on TCU.
Oh, man. What were you, sir? You have money to blow. You really, if you could put $3 million on TCU to win, you got money to blow.
Oh man, so yeah, I'm gonna go to San Francisco on that one. The later game, the 8:15 game on Saturday, is the Jacksonville Jaguars have a home playoff game, 1 year removed from the tragedy that was Urban Meyer. Now they have a home playoff game hosting the Bolts. Who do you have on primetime Saturday night?
They still are who we think they are. And the Los Angeles Chargers are going to put some oomph on this team. Hey, Jacksonville's a tough team, man. You're going to Duval. I hear y'all down there. But let's be realistic. You're a 9-8 football team that backed into the playoffs because your division sucked. And you're in the division that every year sucks. And it's always comes down to the last weekend of 2 8-8 teams and whether or not they're going to win the division. And you got the spot this year. The Los Angeles Chargers. I got Justin Herbert and the Bolts. I'll go Justin Herbert and the Bolts by 13.
Yeah, Jones saying Jags.
Yeah, no.
Jags about the upset. Pickle said Jags. We got 2 Jags in the chat.
Pickle said Jags too?
Yeah, he said Jags over Bolts. He got Jags over Bolts. Listen, the Jags are the hot pick this year. But after watching the little games that I've watched into them, they have backed into a lot of wins. They have backed into a lot of wins. The ball have bounced their way a couple times. I'm going to pick the favorite. I'm going to go Bolts. But if the Jags win, I'll be happy for them.
That's nice.
So let's go to the Sunday games. Bills Mafia is still there. You still there. Y'all going to be going through some tables because you got the Miami Dolphins. A lot of people didn't pick this team because they didn't know if Tua and Tyreek and all this speed was actually going to be worth it to them. But they actually made the playoffs. Tua probably won't be playing. So it'll be a Tua-less Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills in a 1:00 game. We are who they thought they were.
Whooping. Buffalo about to put that whooping. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Yeah, this is gonna be bad, man. No Tua, no my man, the backup, what they call him, the glove.
Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah, no Teddy, 2 gloves Teddy. Yeah, man, this is gonna be ugly. Buffalo, y'all should put a whooping on these boys. Matter of fact, Damar, stay home for this one. Don't come out the tunnel for this one.
So it ain't gonna be worth it.
Yeah, this ain't worth it. Come out the tunnel next week in that divisional round or in that championship, AFC Championship round if y'all get there, where they have officially decided that AFC Championship game will be held at the Mercedes-Benz Dome down in Georgia. But this is a butt whooping. Buffalo all day.
Buffalo all day. Same here. Anybody got anything different?
Georgia versus Petey said this is Georgia versus TCU part 2.
All over again.
Yeah, good call.
Whoop that trick.
Good.
All right, and then we got another darling. You got the New York Football Giants actually made it into the playoffs against the Minnesota Vikings.
Look good. So I gotta interrupt you still. This just is Skylar Diggins is the QB for the Dolphins.
That's messed up, bro. That's messed up.
Oh man, sorry. That was a good one. Good job, Stu. That was good.
That's messed up. Don't know who the quarterback is. So we got another bathroom break here in New York at Minnesota. So when you wake up, who do you think will win?
I think because this is definitely nap time. This is after your Sunday meal, after church meal. I got New York in this one, man, and a lot of people are picking New York, and I don't know why I'm picking New York, but Minnesota's actually like their defense is horrible. No, it's bad. Like bad. Okay, and so yeah, it's a tough place to play. But you talk about wet paper bag, but they're always in the games and they do come back and they win. Like I said, double-digit come from behind victories this year.
Got weapons.
And actually, New York lost to them on a last-second field goal. That was a comeback win. It was like a 60-some yarder. But I'm gonna go New York. Let's go. The G-men.
Saquon playing?
Yep, Saquon's playing. The G-men are back. We'll go New York. Close one though. Close one.
2 crappy quarterbacks.
Oh God.
Going at it.
Yeah.
So the best people on the field, Saquon versus Justin Jefferson. Like, who impacts the game more? I feel like Justin's gonna be force-fed.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with Minnesota on this one.
New York's defense is fully healthy too, just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go with Minnesota with this one. I'm gonna think that the home field can propel them moving forward, and the Justin Jefferson wave of popularity moves forward another week.
Got you.
Kirk Cousins is why the Giants have a chance. That's correct. That's correct. Kirk's gonna give them 1,
good,
or 2. You never know.
Yes.
So then the AFC matchup of the night for Sunday will be the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Probably still no Lamar Jackson in this one.
Lamar still has not practiced all week.
They are at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is now trending towards fully healthy now with a healthy Jamar Chase back on the roster these last couple weeks. So is this one pretty much how we see it?
You know, a lot of people are still picking Baltimore in this. A lot of the pundits, and they're still trying to make this game out to be something. They just played last week, and Cincinnati had their way with them. Now, I know you'd argue it's the last game of the season. Did Baltimore really play at their fullest? Okay. Without Lamar, I just don't see how y'all win this game. I'm sorry. You're not going to win it with your backup quarterback.
They playing other Lamar?
Yeah, they play a little Lamar. Yeah. So I just don't see how this happens, man. And so I'm sorry, but this is Cincinnati all day for me. And I think this one might be over early too. Like, I can see this being like 17-0 at halftime, 24-0 at halftime, something like that, 24-3 at halftime. I think Cincinnati wins this game. Too much emotion. The whole coin toss thing was a little annoying to Cincinnati. I think they're going to finish taking that out on them from last weekend. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just got Cincinnati.
I think if this was last year, Cincinnati's first kind of run into the playoffs, you would give Baltimore a little more credit. But Cincinnati's kind of been there now. They're veteran in this moment. So with a depleted Baltimore, and again, even if they still have 0 weapons, like let's be honest, Baltimore has 0 offensive weapons.
None.
Cincinnati should put it on them once they get rolling. I got the Bengals moving forward on this one to create some interesting matchups in the second round.
Yeah, man.
Cincinnati, Buffalo, Kansas City, all these guys in there. So Baltimore, again, it sounds good. You made the playoffs again. Good, pat yourself on the back, but you guys really haven't been relevant the last 2 years due to Lamar Jackson missing the later half of every season for the past couple of years. So let's look for Cincinnati to move on and create some good matchups because Joe Burrow is on the way. Hey, listen, I see Lamar Jackson is like Big Mario. When he hit like the little mushroom dude and he go like, yeah, that's their backup.
That's their backup. Hundley, Brett Hundley. Is this Lamar's last time ever put? Does Lamar put on the jersey?
Man, you know they're gonna franchise him, bro. They're gonna franchise him. Will he sit out with the franchise tag? I'm not sure, but they're definitely gonna franchise him. This saga is gonna go into next year, so you either gonna get down or lay down. So you either gonna sign what we got for you, or we gonna get rid of you. But I definitely see the franchise tag coming, and then what comes out of that, I'm not sure. But he definitely has a number that he is sticking to, and they are not meeting that number. And he did not have an MVP season to make them pay him that number. So he should blink first, to be honest with you, because he's often injured. That one rookie year MVP, and anything after that, he really hasn't proven himself to have progressed in the NFL since he's been in the league. So he should really blink first because this organization has kind of fit themselves around him. And we've seen Baltimore retool over and over again. So losing an entity like Lamar Jackson is a huge deal. But if you got to franchise him and then ship him off, that's what I would do. Like, you don't let this dude walk for nothing.
All right. I heard it here. Lamar not playing. Bengals still mad. Yep, there you go. All right.
Then we got why this game is the primetime matchup. I am not sure. Because the Dallas Cowboys playing like trash and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing like trash, but they are the Monday night game and it's on ESPN. So this game could literally go either way.
Which way do you think it's going?
I'm going with the go.
Going with the go?
Yeah, I'm going with the go. But if he lost, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm with you there because, like, to me, this is a toss-up game.
Yeah,
because neither team, like you said, is playing well.
No.
But if you had to rely on one quarterback to get you a dub, it's got to be the one that plays in the red and silver. So I'm gonna ride with you, man. I'll go with Tampa Bay, and it's always just hilarious for Dallas to lose in the playoffs. Just the memes and the Stephen A. stuff and the Country Wayne stuff. It's just hilarious when Dallas loses to watch, like, just the calamity of humor, like on Monday morning. So, or in this case, it'll be Tuesday morning. So I'm with you because this game to me might be really bad, actually. But the GOAT can pull one out and Tampa Bay moves on. But hey, listen, if you're a Tampa Bay fan, just slow death, okay? Because next week, unless there's some upset this week that makes it weird, you ain't getting no feather than this.
Who would be so probably Minnesota will play the Eagles because they're the lowest. No, because Minnesota is a division winner. So it would. Yeah.
So Philadelphia would be in play next week. They play the lowest seeded team. So the lowest seeded winner out of
the teams that
would be there. So,
but if your Giants win,
it would be Giants at Philly, and then the winner of the Seahawks, 49ers, and Cowboys, Bucks. So
they can't go to San Francisco.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah.
I mean, if you Tampa, you can't go to San Francisco and win, and I feel like you can't go to Philly and win either.
Right.
So
if everything holds court this weekend, right? Bucks win. Vikings win, 49ers win. The Bucks go to Philly.
Yeah.
And you still ain't winning.
You still ain't winning. I mean, your linebackers are really athletic. So I would think you would spy in that case, with Hurts coming back, giving him an extra week to tool up and get ready. But I don't know. I feel like Philly got a good hold on what they like to do this year.
Yeah.
They're young though. And they're prone to make mistakes, but I mean they were perfect. They were dog near perfect. They lost that one game, but while Hurts was in, but while he was out, they showed their weakness. But those guys were damn near perfect. So Tampa Bay has too many flaws to go against a team like that for me to pick them, honestly. And I've never picked against the GOAT on this show.
No, you have not.
I've never picked against Tom Brady.
I know.
On this program, on this here program.
That's a valid statement.
But it might just come next week.
Next week. Unfortunately, guys, it looks like if I'm not mistaken, the way this shakes out, it looks like if everything holds court with seeding in the AFC, we're looking at a Buffalo Bills Cincinnati Bengals matchup next week.
Now that's the one at the neutral field?
No, Buffalo and Kansas City, if they meet in the game, will be neutral field.
Got you. So Bills will have home field advantage.
No.
You get
Kansas
Cincinnati.
If Buffalo Kansas City end up in a AFC Championship game, that game will be played at Mercedes.
The second round. You said Buffalo,
second round
Cincinnati.
It'd be Cincinnati going to Buffalo.
Cincinnati going to Buffalo. Yeah. That's the game tomorrow got to come out.
Yeah.
That's the game.
That's when you hit them with the love, the emotion.
Everybody
who was there. Oh man.
That's a storybook roundabout way to put closure to a situation right there. Meet the team that you played previously, meet them in the playoffs, and then then they go at it. So that's the game he comes out on.
Yeah,
that'll be good. I'm a writer, and that's a good thing. All right, so thank you. Keep putting your predictions in the chat if you're in the rewatch game. Put your predictions in the chat so then we can honor them moving forward. But those are our predictions moving forward. Those are our predictions for the wild card round. Stay tuned next week so we can get your predictions for the next round. And then make sure you trigger that bell and all the other stuff. So that way you get a notification every time we go live and all that other good stuff. Make sure you check out Bill's Mafia Report, man. Those guys are doing great things over there. It is Bill season over there. I mean, these guys over there know that it is their year, right? They are not scared. Listen, I'll be watching. They are not scared of the Kansas City Chiefs. They are not scared of the Cincinnati Bengals. These guys believe that this is their year, and these guys are going to win the Super Bowl this year. So I'm giving them as much moral support as I possibly can. I listen, this is y'all year. Go ahead, go do it. My team ain't in it. His team ain't in it. Listen, go get yours. I want y'all to win. I want y'all to win and have fun, drink, and be merry. So make sure you follow everything Bill's Mafia Report. Make sure you follow all their social media and stuff like that. We appreciate them for the simulcast. And make sure you subscribe to everything to them. So with that bow on it, you got anything else for us, brother?
Nope. Enjoy the playoff weekend.
Yes, sir.
This is our favorite time of year. Anytime football is on, we love it.
Go Chiefs. Stu,
you troll us.
We have to have a talk, bro.
You like trolling, Stu.
We're gonna have to have a talk.
Go Chiefs. Tampa Bay 13, Brady, Dallas 9, Brady. Those last second touchdown. Oh my goodness.
If that comes true, you should play Super Lotto.
Yeah.
You should get that $900 million.
And you'll be also telling us about it because that's really a bad game. That was bad. That's not bad.
That's bad. All right, so we got it. We in it. We in the books. This show is wraps. We appreciate you guys as always. On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Thanks for joining us for Old School, man. We will see y'all next week.